Hello, hello, here we are yet again. Today, we're back to Dread Delusion. Great game. Great game. The copyright sued. I mean, it's true. You gotta expand that vocabulary. It is legally distinctive. That's the important part. Soon, it's gonna be like the, manufactured, I don't know, Mongol? I drew a blank there for a minute. Gotta get back in the swing of things. The Timepiece Emperor. I like it. I like it. See, you got it. We can make our own giant spin-off. Doesn't that look like a... What do you think that is? I have a feeling we're gonna end up going there. Sundial Governor. The anodized aristocrat. We got a little mouse drift because I keep running it over. Yeah, that one's my favorite. But yeah, the I don't know. It's exciting to get back to this one. It's a. It was nice that I put it down for a second just so I can really drink it in, because this game is immersive in so many different ways. And I've been really working on it, trying to avoid burnout with it. It's because I want every day to feel new. So here we are at a city. How's your day, Mad Hat? Oh, I also couldn't help but notice that my hit points are nigh. There we go. Just gotta top it off because I have a feeling I'm gonna get rocked in this city. I love the setting to this game. It's kind of like, it's not really building a massive world. I mean, it is, in a way. But it's such a small, localized area. So. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I saw that. That's a, I'm kind of excited that you're quite literally doing some farming. Putting in the work, that's the important part. Okay, first act in the city is to steal $10. Gotta show them who we are, right off the bat. Hi. Fearsome thing, ain't it? Don't worry, this one's on our side. But one word from me, and it'll go at you like a wild beast, so get in line like everyone else. What's that machine? One of the Clockwork King's most fearsome servants, a Clockwork Myrmidon. Meant to be more loyal than any human soldier. But if you've been to the countryside, you know how that turned out. Guess you'll be dealing with muggins here a wee bit longer, eh? Oh, so we're gonna get mugged. Dull mechanical voice booms out through the great machine's visor. Halt and beshrive thyself, citizen, for thou standest before the servant of the Clockwork King. I should be going. All hail His Majesty Mechanicus Rex, the Clockwork King. Kind of like the idea that this entire city's ticking. That's nice that you got a opportunity to get out of work early. Today was especially grueling. I can't say that I got out early, but it was quite nice getting out like exactly at 8 hours. No one was there to stop me. In fact, I almost threw somebody out. It's like, nope, you're going home. This guard is carefully rolling himself a pungent cigarette. They do not look up. I ain't on duty for another hour, so sod off, or I'll arrest you for aggravated pestering. Okay. Nothing to see here, mate. Just a few incorruptible defenders of the realms resting for a tick or two. Something about you catches the guard's attention. They examine you. They lean closer and lower their voice. You look like the Daredevil sort. Sellsword, am I wrong? Explorer, maybe? I'm a little bit of both. Plenty of spare equipment in the Royal Militia. Military stuff. And we ain't been paid for 3 weeks running. 50 coin would get you into that armory over there. How about it? Come across all kinds of treasures on my travels. Me owing a favor would be more... No. Give him $50. Pleasure doing business with you. I'll knock this playhouse for you. Yeah, incorruptibility. Ooh, rusty armor, huh? A rusted suit of armor. Though its equipment has seen better days, it will still stop a sword strike in a pinch. Many of the brigands and rogues of the Skyrealms loot questionable equipment from old God War battlefields. Okay, so I think that's going to be a huge upgrade. Once, you know, I upgrade it. Yeah. Oh. Ah. The constant ticking is a good source of a ambience. Every time, every bloody time, I swear by the king, I spend more ticks waiting than actually hauling. Don't they know we've got targets to meet? Last week it was a cipher essay gone kaput, and the week before, a spilled wagon full of dead sky squid. What's next? A rains of piss? Ah, this is always the worst part. What's up with your arms? You got robot arms. Even an adept of the Mechanicus Guild must be assayed like anyone else. The commands of our king are enforced without fear or favor. Okay. Guard is holding some kind of long, thin, metallic wand connected to wires to the machine beside them. They point it at you as you approach. You there, citizen, stay where you are. Anyone entering the Ferropolis must be assayed for corruption by order of the king. Now say, ah. Ah. Guard definitely pokes the wand inside your mouth, holding it there for a few seconds, then waves it up and down your body, while the machine emits little chirps and warbles. How dare you poke that thing inside of me? Folks really know how to give a warm welcome. Give you a hairy eyeball. You're free to pass. Wait, the hairy eyeball? What is the hairy eyeball? Is that a thing you've ever heard of before? Long before I arrest you for gross impudence. I wonder if we'll find a tavern. So we're finally into the city. I wonder how many mouths that's been in. New phrase. Well, you gotta give him the old hairy eyeball. Doesn't really roll off the tongue very well, does it? Yeah. Certainly does have a lot of ambience going with it. But first, the armory. Will you unlock? Don't mind me, officer. Will you unlock? There we go. Jesus. That was statistically improbable. Got ourselves a glorious treasure. Hey, they actually killed one of those silk bugs. Steel dagger. Okay. Outlaw armor. Ooh. Increases your attack. Pretty sure you can upgrade that again. Now, I'm saving my iron for a, my house. Besides, I got a sword. You know, I feel like more games need to just add new sayings. Just things that don't make any sense. I gave him the steel jaw when talking to him. The guard is shouting in a frantic energy at anyone passing by. Move along, stop your gawping. Whatever's above you is not your concern. Okay. I'm gonna run out of lockpicks. I didn't know it was a, time to, you know, for merchants to be asleep. I feel like I will relieve them of their goods. Really? Okay. Stopped by, you know. I don't think they did. They might have, actually. No, they didn't, because the merchants were always there. You could sleep till different times of the day, but... I know, it sounds bonkers, but I swear the city used to be bigger. Not just more people, I mean bigger. More streets, more houses. Or maybe I was just smaller. Memory must be playing tricks on me. The city has physically shrunk? An old phone booth? Surface of the notice board is entirely lost between layer upon layer of paper, while half-melted candles shelter at its foot. A sign at the top rings. Missing persons. Read one of the notice. There's a particular catches your eye. It looks relatively new. It's written in a spidery hand. Dear child, I don't know why I'm writing this. I don't know who you are. I don't know, N-O. I don't even remember your name, capital N. I just know there is a hole in my life and nothing fills it. If you are real, please come home. I want to feel right again. Oleg Igorovich. Talks about your strange notice. Maybe you should offer your help. Notice gives directions to the house of the North Sleece Islet of Ferropolis. Let's take a look at that quest, because that strikes me as odd. Oleg Igorovich. Build a shortcut to the end of the city. I've been thinking about that. I was looking in the discovery queue, and I saw some outward-looking games out there, which is pretty exciting. There's one of them which I can't remember what it was called, but it's on a coming soon. But it had something to do with the like the main characters were called Greymanes or something like that. It looked a lot like a cross between Souls and Outward. It was kind of cool. That would be a cool little RPG to dive into. I know 2025 is an entire year, but in the nature of bold claims that I can't follow, kind of want to name it the year of something. I don't know yet, though. Have we met before? I'm sorry. What a mad question. It's just, I'm sure I know your face from somewhere. Crimson Desert? Maybe? That sounds right. Because, yeah, look 3D. People are fighting, like, monsters with swords and stuff. It looked kind of like a cross between Monster Hunter, Outward, and a, like, Dark Souls. It was really intriguing. Well, the trailer was. Sealed by an unseen device. Don't mind me. I live here. Well, I haven't seen a frickin' tavern. Crimson Desert. Give me a second. I gotta take a quick gander at that. You piqued my curiosity.
The continent.
That is quite literally what I was looking at, yes. Hit the nail on the head. Yeah, oh, do they? They do! See, I thought you'd know by now, but oh dear. You're confronted by a middle-aged man with piercing eyes and a bushy, well-kept salt and pepper beard. Halt in the name of the king! Traveler, you are hereby detained in the name of His Majesty the Clockwork King. Please don't do yourself a mischief by resisting. What? Why? I am Sunil, The King's Speaker, first among equals, machine skilled. In this ever-advancing wisdom, the Majesty has requested your presence in the audience chamber at the Mechanaria. This is not optional. Oh, yes, of course. I have important information for His Majesty. For his oaths, convey me thither, my good man. Studies you like a pinned butterfly. Then he snorts. Militia, arrest this nitwit. No need to be gentle. I didn't resist! Do not keep His Majesty waiting. That's the king. This is Dread Delusion. This is a, it's kind of like a Skyrim-esque RPG. I did get arrested by the, you know, minutes within walking into a town. Like, it hasn't even been 20 minutes yet. As you approach the vast machine, a sense of uncanny pressure pervades your body, as you're pushing against an invisible wall that grows stronger with every step. Is it sorcery, or only your own fear? Its Majesty the King. Your soul knows that the King is bigger than this interface, bigger than the room, bigger than the Mechanarium, bigger than the sky. You feel minuscule in its presence, and somehow fictional, as if all your memories were merely this thing's daydreams. The noise of wheels and pistons fuses into an abyssal roar. Your skin fizzes, your senses balance swirls. You taste metal, the burnt nuts, then somehow magenta. What the hell does magenta taste like? A delicate metal arm shivers into life and begins to write. Invocation afoot. Please abide. Invoking. Rejoice and exult. The invocation is cast. All hail its Majesty Mechanus Rex, the Clockwork King. Now summoning cannon. Courtesy. Royal. Audience. Human. Ignorant. Alas, invoke the Hex. Rune. Baseloth's 912. Binding. Alas, cannot invoke Hex. Orison. Reza Sharp 14th. Exegesis. Record of fault. Wow. He has made a recording of triangles and symbols. How you doing, Tree Monster? It's good to see ya. This game's actually really cool. It's kind of like it's a light Skyrim where you can run around on this awesome world where people have killed their own gods. It has a bunch of floating islands. The floods of symbols fills the parchment several times over until finally the quill stops. What? Augury. Subject indicates confusion, 62% confidence. Conjuring alternate exegesis. Or exegesis. Fetching true name. Judgment. Thou art subject number MCDX. CCXL11. Affirm? Yes, Your Majesty, that's me. Be it so, thou mayest rise. Subject, a lot. Thou art summoned here to have an account of thy purpose. Therefore, we demand, what is thine answer? My purpose? You want me to explain why I exist? Plastic Union agents? Hunting dangerous outlaw. Judgment incorrect. Thy purpose is as follows. Jesus. I like this writing, although it looks like it consists of about 5 letters. Again, the inscrutable symbols fill the page, continuing for about a minute. Therefore, we demand, what is thy answer? Well. Well, gobbledygook and flibbertigibbet to you, too. Pondering, alas, errant petition. Please contemplate clockwork litany number XIV, I think that's 14, and repent thy input. Therefore, we once again demand, what is thine answer? Your question has no answer. Pondering, judgment. So thine answer is invalid. Therefore, edict. Thou art elected for the sacramental duty. All prior purpose is hereby annulled and shall be as dust. What does that mean? The sacramental duty is as follows. Oh, good. This time, the nonsense continues for several minutes. Failure of these tasks will result in critical reality exception, 76% confidence. Judgment. A critical reality exception may imperil this kingdom. Therefore, edict. Dereliction of this duty will be punished by unmitigated annihilation. I feel like my brain is subject to unmitigated annihilation at most times. How can I obey if I don't understand you? Pondering. Judgment. Obedience does not require understanding. Therefore, thou shalt perform the sacramental duty. Is concluded, and thou art dismissed. Therefore, edict. Vacate immediately this hallowed chamber and begin thy task, on pain of annihilation. So, oh boy. We met the king! And he is out of his mind. Apparently there's going to be a reality destruction, though, if I don't follow some, nonsense. And all this, I never found an inn. So, hi. There. Wasn't that exciting? Now be gone. I have better uses for my thought power to expend any more of it on you. Wait, I need to tell you the king's message. Officer's Flare. No, you do not. His Majesty is quite capable of appraising me of his concerns directly, and my staff will review the logs of your audience. Be gone. I will not ask you again. Fine, I'm going. See, okay. Sixfold cipher. Oh, nice. It's probably going to tell us how to read that language. In 12 pages. Yeah, it's one thing I find kind of interesting is you're part of the Apostatic Union who took you out of a, unfavorable situation. Like, you were arrested by them. And then, press ganged into duty. But then in the first area, you found reasons why them killing the gods was a bad thing, right? Like, they were morally corrupt, sure, but they were also keeping the planet alive, and, their disposal caused more problems than it solved. But in this, it seems to be saying it's showing what problem the gods represented to the people, whereas this one is what happens if a god goes insane. Like that. I'll use that whenever I need to get out of a meeting at work. Be gone. I have no more thought. Yeah, exactly. I have no more thought power for the likes of you, Mr. CEO. Can't you see I'm busy? Sunil wants the next petition locked down by next Starbright, so he can check it over first. How's it going? Oh, I'm perfectly on schedule, but we're still waiting on the bloody summoners. Less than a day to go before final commit, and they're not even ready in the rune lock. Amateurs. I don't know what any of that meant. Ah! Boo. King's toenails, I told you not to creep up on me like... Wait, you're not a machinist. I thought you were one of the comitologists. That bastard's been stalking me all day, trying to hurry my work. I'm working as fast as I can. What's the delay? I'm a summoner. We maintain cipher spells that transport goods throughout the kingdom, from farm stockpile to summoning station, or back again. How do I use a summoning station? It's quite simple. Simply approach the machine, visualize what you want, and press use. If you don't receive it, the right thing, you probably didn't visualize it correctly. Any further queries? Sounds very... Spells are invoked 1,000 times per day. One small mistake in this room will ripple across the kingdom. Now, do you see why it can't be rushed? See what you mean. Any further queries? If anyone asks about me, tell them I'm with the king's speaker in a private meeting. That's kind of cool. You stand in front of a machine and visualize what you want. I feel like I would do that, but the heavens quake at the very things I would produce. I'm an interloper. Oh, interpreter. We study the king's command and proclamations to understand its true wishes. Do you need something? I have quite a lot of reading to get through. Actually, I had an audience with the king myself. Wait, that was you? Grab a parchment to take notes. What does His Majesty say? Don't leave out any details that may seem irrelevant to you. It is as gold to us. Sacramental duty? Huh, that's new. Or maybe it's a legacy component from one of the old political tracts we consulted to build the king. Was there no further detail? Only a bunch of weird symbols. Ha! Of course, you really need a cranial moderator to even read most of its output. Even then, His Majesty can be a little, well, cryptic. What's a cranial modulator? It's a magical clockwork device grafted into your brain. Oh, I'm so gonna plug that in. See my mechanical eye? It lets me read the king's six-fold cipher language as easily as a cheap ballot. Unfortunately, Its Majesty's mysteries go deeper than mere language. Where do I get one? Well, you could take the guild entrance exam, score on top 6, pass the political audit, undergo 3 years of training, and swear a magically binding loyalty oath. Otherwise, I'm not sure. Maybe the chief interpreter Aphra could help, but we interpreters aren't really supposed to talk with outsiders. If you need something more, I have quite a lot of reading. Sorry to bother you. Okay, so I need to get a piece of metal grafted to my brain. Yeah, so how do I leave? Oh, hi. I'm a committologist. We draft a petition the guild sends to the king. Make sure they're correct cipher language. The language isn't correct. Oh, anything. Wrong verb here. We get skating rink instead of a farm. Misplaced comma there. And the wrong house vanishes. More importantly, I could lose out on guild commendations for these here. Do you ever consult with the people? They give you a queer look. I'm no good at talking to lay folk. Besides, individual testimony is invariably clouded by partiality or bias. Most people can't see the big picture like we can. Now, may I please get back to work? Okay. Don't talk to me. I'm in hell. Without a doubt, this is hell. See, that's something I tend to say at work. Don't talk to me. I'm in hell. Actually, it's not all that bad. Although I'm pretty sure that some of the folks there will give me a stroke eventually. Anything I can help? I don't know. Can you reconjugate a 270-line cipher charm for low cogitation rune sets while maintaining echo consonants with legacy canon written by a lazy moron who never took notes? Yes. Oh, go and boil your head. I like the pile of snow on that one. Because it's the only thing that has a pile of snow, I've noticed. Okay, well, since I've been arrested, where the hell am I? Be gone. I have no more thought power to get this trivial routine. Forgive me, sir. I have a sacramental mission. Bittersweet bottled vision. Perfect copy of a single vivid dream. These lurid fantasies are subject to feverish moral debate in the Union. This one is anonymous and contains scenes of the tenderness and devastating heartbreak. Well, I'll save that for a rainy day. Oh, it's like a little hookah bar. For people to sit and dream. Cool. Never actually been to a hookah bar. I don't know what one would do there other than just hookah. Are you serious? The lowest possible roll. Alright. So needless to say, I'm rather lost. Okay. So we're going to go around here, go to the place where I previously unlocked. Then we're going to see about going to the lower city, maybe? This is officially open. Granting me nothing. Okay. Man, I look forward to killing that posh dude, the voice of the, you know, or the ear of the king. Glass bottle flies past your ear and smashes against the door frame. His thrower is a middle-aged man, clearly very drunk. Hookah! Or Huda! Fuck are you? Gedada! Me got some. Home! Sir, are you quite alright? Oh, Oleg Igorovich, I presume. Where is the Gorbachevich? Who's asking? I saw your missing persons notice. I'm here to help. Notice. Yeah, I put a notice. And you would know ya. Fuck. What is he saying? Who even cares? What's the point? Everyone's missing nowadays. It's no use. Okay. If you want anything useful out of him, you'll need to sober him up. Why? You can just slap the man. Sure, pushing the truth. Man shrugs and drinks it. His eyes widen as he stares around in wonder, then looks at you. Oh, stranger, I'm so sorry. Shakes his head to clear it. Woof! Look, glares at you. Is this your idea of helping? You have wasted your time. My child is gone, and I'm still here. That's all that is. Case closed, end of message. What do you mean, gone? Then why'd you post the notice? I have no child. Once, yes. Galet Mishkin and Indra Mishkin. Died young. Buried them myself. Ancient history. You can see I live alone here. But last month I found something. A locket in among the junk at the back of the cabinet I never opened. It says, to my father. I don't recognize it, yet somehow I know I've seen it before. It's all good. Cookie dough out in a pan? Hell yeah, getting ready for the holiday cookies? Well, you know, I'm doing pretty well. This game is dope. And I'm getting, like, I'm trying to power through the week so that I have an entire week break. Then I'm off work for the rest of December. I've thought about it. There's only one answer. The locket is mine. I did have another child, one that I have somehow forgotten. So now you've heard the whole sorry tale. Isn't it pathetic? A grown man weeping over a fantasy? I don't care if you believe me. Just leave me to drown myself in peace. Can you tell me anything at all about the child? Nothing. You see my problem? There are no clues. The pain is so much worse now than I know. And yet I have no way to end it. I thought, perhaps, if I drink enough, I'll forget all over again. No such luck. So now, you see, the case is hopeless, and one person who could help would never talk to me. As I said, you are wasting your time. But if I can talk to this person for you? These options? Well, if it will make you leave me in peace. To the west of the city is a place called Library of Untruths. No sign to point to it. No official map marks it, but it's there. Take my locket and show it to the librarian. Perhaps, maybe, she will help. Listen, I'm not sentimental. I know my child may be dead, or worse. All I want to know is their name and their fate. At least then I know who to mourn for. We'll see what I can do, Mr. Mishkin. Next time I won't miss. Yeah. It's a, pretty much the holiday thing. It's one of the big perks of working there, is they have, I guess it's like a week and a half of vacation. It's like the, I want to say 24th to the 2nd. These two citizens are poring over a pile of papers. No, I think that part's only for if you've been evacuated. Wait, but it says we should have already have a case number? Oh, whoa. It's two systems. Wait, so am I meant to fill out this part or not? Why do you count as a dependent? What the hell is a domicile? Why do we have to claim a reimbursement? Why don't they just give us what we're entitled to? And to think I learned to read for this. Yeah, I feel that way too. Wife is having you submit for a cookie baking contest. No kidding! Are you pretty good at making cookies? Like, you know, contestably good? Well, what kind you got? Always impressed with baking. I'm very bad at it myself. 10 years ago you were. Hey, you know? I appreciate the thought. And you know, I mean, some skills are just kind of like a, well, I don't want to say riding a bike, because I have forgotten how to ride a bike, but they stick with you. This woman is knitting something long and cozy looking. You look like you've seen a ghost, dear. Anything you want to talk about? The king is forcing me to perform a task it won't explain. She looks genuinely concerned. King's wheels, dear? That sounds horrific. Why don't you tell me all about it? Spent a long while talking about your highly unusual troubles, and you're not sure whether she believes you, but it helps. It's just a lady who believes what I'm saying? Whoa. Made Oreos from scratch? Oh, hell yeah. So you got chocolate chip cookies are the fanciest thing. I mean, it's true. A good chocolate chip cookie, though, is, like, sublime. Really? I mean, what makes an Oreo, like, special, making it from scratch? I mean, it seems kind of like a cracker consistency. Whoa. Out of nowhere, a random urge to check your pocket. Inside, you find a scrap of paper that you've never seen before. The enigmatic note reads, "We must speak, but hostile eyes are watching. Meet me after nightfall in the park, Upper Ferropolis. I'll be waiting in the gazebo. Come along. Trust no one. A fail." Okay, look. I don't know where the park is. I don't know where Upper Ferropolis is. And I don't know what gazebo you're talking about. Or who you are. But I'm going to trust no one and go there. I've looted every building in this hallway. Good sign. It's a king tower. Hi. Your sovereign is not pleased with us, friend. The signs are everywhere, if you know where to look. Only by redoubling our efforts and rooting out the disloyal amongst us may we get back to the Majesty's trust. Long live the king. Long live the king. Getting the cookie parts consistent with size. That I actually agree. I mean, I can imagine. It kind of reminds me of a. I could have broken that. It reminds me of a cobbler topping. Like if you make it a particular way, but you have to like, get like the butter consistency correctly. Granted, this is me guessing what the recipe is. In fact, I may be incorrect. Shocker, I know. That's awesome. I mean, it's cool. I mean, yes, you said it was a challenge. However, it's awesome that you actually figured it out. I kind of think those culinary puzzles are super interesting. I once spent I think it was like 2 months trying to figure out how McDonald's gets their consistency of scrambled eggs. I did eventually find it, though. Although I'll tell you, you might not like the answer. Hi. They eye you up and down suspiciously. Ain't seen you around here before. Not a resident, I'll warrant. Actually, I just moved in. They appraise you cautiously. Right, welcome to the icebox then. My condolences. Name's Carr. I solve problems around here, and I look after folk. Guess that includes you. Let's see, boilers are boister right now. Mabe in number 4 has got extra blankets if you need them. You can get a hold of anything to burn, you share it around, and we'll do the same for you. Folks here look after each other. Last thing, we don't want any problems in this building. Things are hard enough without the king's wrath coming down on us. You get involved in anything funny, you keep it to yourself. These are good people, you understand? They don't deserve no trouble. Don't make none, and we'll get along just fine. Oh, so I'm in like a flop house. Hey, Sunflower, how you doing? Good to see ya. We're back to the Clockwork Kingdom. We met the Clockwork King, and he gave us an edict we didn't understand. Like, literally, it was a different language. Any advice for a new neighbor? Let's see. Boilers are busted right now. How's everybody doing? Can't complain, but I'm worried about Yosip number 28. Cold's bad enough in the main building, let alone floaters. Come across any spare fuel, you let me know. Hey, don't you notice something weird about this building? Weird? Like what? Like newcomers asking funny questions? The room numbers go up to 28, but there's only 5 rooms. It's clear they haven't thought about it before. Huh. Now that you mention it, that is weird. Probably just another little royal whipsy. Assigning room numbers don't make sense. Typical. Not something for me? Wait. You know, I'm doing pretty good. Playing this game. I'm almost midway through the week, and then I got a full week vacation next week. So I'm pretty stoked. Okay, these guys have a bed made of iron. This resident's accent is rather well heeled compared to their neighbors. Perhaps you've always met the redoubtable Citizen Cower. They get a little fierce sometimes, but don't take it personally. They're just trying to do the right thing. Awful shame for poor Nadia. My heart breaks for her mother. Hope she gets through it. We're all rooting for her. What's wrong with Nadia? Oh, I'm sorry. Are you a friend? Nadia's very sick. Can't even get out of bed. If you dropped by to wish her well, I'm sure her mother would appreciate it. Yeah, exactly. Although I do like the idea because, you know, reality is kind of funky in this place. There's only 5 floors, or 5 rooms, but it goes up to 28. Yeah. How about you? How's the week treating you? Do anything exciting? When Uncle Yosip's room split off the building, we got no warning. None whatsoever. Now I have to winch up supplies to him in a bucket. You wouldn't believe the bribes you have to pay for a ladder around here. Wait, his room is literally split off? Oh, whoa! There's like literal rooms in these houses. How the hell? Boiler's a death trap. But will they let my son look at it? No, that'd be tampering with royal property and 3 days in the stocks. Only a bona fide machinist will work with a work order from the king is authorized to fix it. How do you get one of those? That's right, another bloody petition. Well, we'll all be frozen solid by the time they get to us. Hi. Mind the lady in number 12 snores like a sky barge engine. I should know. I fix them. We could treat you okay. Nothing exciting. Yeah, exactly. Honestly, and that's kind of the thing. Like, having an exciting life can be exhausting. It's nice to kind of kick back and relax from time to time. Why is the king making winter here? Hi. This middle-aged woman looks worn out down to the bone, with bags under her eyes and deep worry lines on her forehead. Her jet black hair is unkempt, but held in place by a long ornamental pin of surprising finery. Oh, hello. Are you one of Nadia's pals? I'm afraid she's not seeing anyone right now. She alright? She looks like she's out for the count. Something about your manner seems to cut her. And when she speaks, her voice cracks and she's about to cry. No, she's not alright. Woman closes her eyes and takes a deep breath. I apologize, stranger. You're not seeing me at my best just now. I'm Nadia's mother, Yasmin. This last month I've been her full-time carer as well. It's those bottled visions you see. What happened to her? Our family had a rough few years. There wasn't much joy in our lives, so when Nadia first started getting into visions, I was happy for her. Then she began spending all her free time dreaming. Soon, she was sleeping until noon, missing work. Now she barely wakes up at all. Now she's never lucid when she does. She can't work, she can't even feed herself, but she does need food and fuel to keep warm. With all these summoning glitches, I have to pay cash on the black market, and we're down to the last dregs of our savings. Just don't know how we can survive like this for much longer. Is there some kind of treatment? Throws up her hands in frustration. I don't know. I'm not an alchemist or any kind of vision expert. We petitioned the king for a doctor to visit, but with the way things are, it'll be months before we hear back. Rough time. A few years ago, my husband passed away. I got very sick. Creeping cough, you know. Even today, I really can't work because of all the spores in my lungs. Then last year, we had to leave our house in the countryside due to the corruption. As far as I know, it's still out there, slowly sinking back into the mud. This room and its contents are all we have left. I don't mean to moan, truly, but there's many in this kingdom who have it worse than us. I just know it was tough on Nadia, that's all. It's a good question. There's such a fact of life there in the kingdom, I've never really thought about it. The first bottle vision I ever turned out to be somebody's nightmare. All clacking scissor teeth and cold sweat. How anyone would bottle such a horrible dream, I have no idea, but it put me off him for good. My brother, Yosef, says most of them aren't like that, though. He's a real aficionado. Honestly, it makes me wonder whether there's some kind of addictive streak that runs in our family. But people don't really like to talk about that sort of thing, you know? Especially when the vision industry has such a strong backing from the king. Maybe I can find a doctor. Oh, would you? Yes, I could ask Vidal the Vision Trader about it. I doubt I could face him myself without knocking his lights out and trashing his shop. He must have seen the cases like Nadia's before. If there's any way to help her, he'd surely know. And if he refuses, you tell him he'll answer to me. Is there anything else you wanted? How are you doing? I mean you, not Nadia. Thanks for a long time. Words are eerily calm. Sometimes I just want to scream. Scream and scream and scream and scream. And keep screaming until I ruin my throat and can't make any noise at all. And do you know something? I don't think anything would happen. Nobody would respond. We're also trained to stay in our little circles of candlelight. Don't ever really think about what's happening around us. Because if you think about it, then it becomes real for you too. And not just some other people, poor bastards you don't know. Maybe I'd be the same if it not for happened to Ajia. Okay, moving on. I'll go find a doctor or a vision trader. So what's going on here? Why do I have a depressing status ailment? Oh, I'm fatigued. Uh-oh. Young woman lies tucked up in a bed with a childlike and unself-conscious peace that blesses all sound sleepers. A faint smile plays across her lips, as if in private satisfaction. Hair back neatly over her head so it doesn't get into her eyes. So we're in a floating house. This is kind of cool. And there's the one above it. City's gone insane. And everybody's just kind of enduring it. Exactly. And it has to do with, like, the king. He's kind of like functioning reality. That's what he mentioned is that when he petitioned us for a sacramental duty, is he was saying if I didn't do it, reality will crumble and be destroyed. And, the downside is he didn't tell me what that duty was. If you're having trouble with the king, talk to Riza. They really helped me out. The guild kept insisting I should be the one to grow 2 acres of potatoes in my bathtub. How did Riza help you? They showed me how to file a petition that would pause any goods target laid on my property. Turns out you have to file under safety and not targets. All target positions go into the big pile that never gets read. Where can I find them? Oh, they're down the conduit somewhere. Look for a market trader. Brightly colored clothing. Just mind yourself. It's a weird place. Okay. Pretty much. I mean, think about it. When you try to shape reality and don't truly understand what you're getting into, I mean, how can you not get influenced as well? Oh yeah, plant. Paradoxium. Okay, so this is the park, and that's the gazebo. But who knows? Maybe the king's having a good time. Hi. The woman smiles at you with a spark in her sea-green eyes that seems truly without malice. Her mechanical arm gives a fluid salutation, while her brooch marks her as a member of the Machinist Guild. Hello, stranger. Come to escape the world for a bit. Might I ask your name? Place Sinophoropoulos, letting my boiler cool. Look at this place. They still trust it to run a little wild, you see. You a friend by any chance? So you got my note. Thank you for coming. Sorry for the cloak and dagger dance. The Mechanarium is tense right now. Being seen with me would put you in danger. Name's Afra. I'm the chief interpreter of the Machinist Guild, and I'm very excited to meet you. Charmed, I'm sure. Tell me, friend, what part of yourself do you like the least? If you could change something today, what would it be? Can you imagine? She definitely wants to shag? Well, it's the one thing I want to change about myself, apparently, is not having done that. Wow. If there's one thing I want to change, what would it be? My body, my heart. I wish I were kinder, slower to anger, quicker to trust. Yeah, I get that. Feels like everyone is sharing a joke I don't get. Think I'm happy with myself? What does this have to do with anything? Sure, let's do the heart. By recognizing the problem, you've won the first battle. But why should you have to accept that? Why shouldn't you be able to change it? We live in an age of marvels, increasing every year. Magic is abundant, fizzling in the air, and in the stones, and in our blood. Why not use it? I plan to, I just haven't figured out how yet. Oh, you're a magician too? No, not even the slightest. Then you understand. People have this rigid idea of what's possible and what's not. But it's all just make-believe. People have no idea what's possible. She's talking very quickly now. What does that have to do with your note? Oh, yes, of course, the note. Listen, you already know something deeply wrong with this kingdom, don't you? You needn't pretend. Anyone can see it, even if they're afraid to say so. Go on. It's not just the shortages, or this awful winter, or even the corruption. The king's alterations to reality have lost all rhyme or reason, and things are going missing. People, houses, towns, words, even memories. Many people blame the machinists, but in truth is that even we can no longer understand our king's actions. Hence, I suspect that all these problems are just different sides of one problem. Bluntly, the Clockwork King is going mad, and nobody has any idea why. That is, nobody except me. As chief interpreter, my sacred duty is to analyze His Majesty's wishes. I've become convinced that the king is trying to tell us something huge, something we don't want to hear. What exactly did the king say to you? Speaker Sunil won't let me read the logs until he's redacted any confidential information, but that'll take months, and we may not have months. He said there might be a critical reality exception. A critical... Oh no, it's happening even faster than I thought. Did the king say how to avert it? Yes, but it was some weird language I've never seen. Of course, those symbols the king spits out are the six-fold cipher language. I could read them easily if only I could access the logs. Damn it all. Sunil, why won't you listen? Friend, this confirms my worst fears. Her speech quickens. Because, don't you see, it's all connected. If a cipher is the true language of reality, the cipher magic is powered by cognition. That means we must account for all relevant cognition within the divine thomospace. Which, in this case, the whole kingdom, now, in Karak's law, states the cumulative cipheric interactions of the n cognitive entities must be expressed in the six-dimensional vermiform manifold according to the function. The king is a robot. They created their god, basically. So it's like where the apostatic kingdom killed all the gods, the natural ones, keeping everything alive. They decided to create one to, rule over them. Hence the Clockwork King. But because he's using cipher magic and speaking the language of ciphers, which is the magic in this world, it is altering reality. So there's a reality shift, and now she's just spouting babble. Well, actually, my character would know this. Afra leaps between apparently unrelated topics at dizzying speed, growing increasingly flustered as she struggles to express the contours of some vast structure inside her head. Sometimes you glimpse details, and overall shape eludes you. She stops and takes a breath. I'm sorry, this isn't going how I imagined. It's just so damnably tangled up together. If only. Why get rid of... Well, it's a thing, the apostatic kingdom got rid of their gods. This is a different kingdom. They decided, no, we need somebody to rule over us. And they just made a machine. The machine, I don't know how. I think the point is they wanted to make a machine that became a god and started altering reality. But these are different people, and then, now they're trying to conquer the world. Or at least alter reality, as she's saying. She snaps her. That's it. You need to see it for yourself. There's a house here in Ferropolis that's scheduled for removal, but I've ensured a delay, long enough for you to visit. Take this key. Inside the house, you'll find a mirror. Walk through it. Where exactly do I find this house? The house is tucked away in the lowest level of the city. The locals call the conduits. It's rather worn down there, so you might have to search a bit. The conduits are hardly a savory place, but you do meet such interesting people. I used to love visiting the bazaar, back when I was a junior interpreter. Alas, with my present rank, it would be most unwise for me to be seen there. Alright, I'll see what I can do. Please try, friend. You can't know how important this is. So, okay, apparently, now I'm somehow on a quest to fix reality. That's okay, we're the hero. That's what we do. So if you got your red string, the story goes as follows. I was an urchin in a different region. So this is like, this entire map is one, like, I don't know, continent, floating, it's a floating set of islands. So I think it would be like city-states, continents and stuff. Damn right. A thief could be a hero. It's the end, what is it, the end justify the means? Yeah, it's the end that justifies how I get there. Just because I steal a bunch of things does not change that I was a hero. But yeah, the apostatic kingdom is just in this region. I was picked up in another area, brought here as a prisoner, to go hunt for somebody, and then kind of set loose upon this world. And now this is like a little city-state. Well, little, being a relative term. See, I don't even know what's going on here. If it's like a tributary? Hi. Welcome to the Ferropolis Aircraft Dock. As a certified harbor master of the Winged Merchant Guild, I'll do what I can to help you. What does the guild do here in Ferropolis? Not a lot. The king has disallowed free passage to the Clockwork Kingdom, so only a handful of captains are licensed to ferry goods. How do I get my own ferry ship? I'm gonna have to get a writ of permission then. I am excited to do that though. They've been hinting about getting airships in this game. And I absolutely love the idea of being a sky captain. And before you ask, yes, I would most certainly steal one the first opportunity that arrives. Second opportunity, because apparently I did not take that first one with the dead people in it. Okay, it's time to take a look at the underoos of the city. But first, I gotta find out where they are. Hi. Watch your cock. You look like a cove with an eye for the finer things, and if you're down in the conduits, I'll warrant you're not afraid of walking on the wild side. Upon my name, these are the finest curiosities in all this blessed land. Going for a song. Just don't ask where they came from, and we'll get along just fine. Sure. There's no need for foul language. Thank you very much. Let's call it perusing my collection, shall we? Now, did you want something, or are you just wasting my time? Sure. What do you got? Do you have anything I want? You really don't. I'm sorry, sir. Apparently I was wasting your time. Good day. Hi. This woman is guarding a bucket of water, set down on the ground near the machinery. When she sees you, she tenses up. King's grace to you, citizen. Don't mind me. I've nothing worth stealing. Why are you hiding here with a bucket of water? I'm not hiding. I'm warming it, ain't I? These pipes run right to the mechanarium. And here, look. She grabs your hand and holds against a metal pipe for a few seconds. It's hot. Would be right to refuse a gift from the king, now would it? Just making sure nothing is wasted. She's thawing her water. That's clever. You know, maybe they are implying that it's like hellishly cold out here. Things are freezing, it's just not snowing often. I mean, everybody here is suitably, well... Hey, it's another one of these things. What the hell are they? Okay, I know the character's a little fatigued, however, aha! An inn. Clothes don't fit, lamps don't last, machines don't work, food ain't filling, water ain't clean, guild won't listen. Everything just falls apart and there's nothing you can do. How's a person supposed to live, huh? Who the hell ever asked for this? In my day, a pair of trousers would last you a decade. 2 or 3 if you were lucky. Now they just rip apart like wet paper after a year. I mean, not that I'm complaining, of course. I'm glad to have such things and all. Half this stuff never even had before the king. Still, I miss having good trousers. Apparently, it's a proprietor of shitty pants. Hello! Stout woman has a maternal air and a voice full of pebbles. Hand-rolled cigarette droops from her mouth. King's favor, pet. Welcome in the squeaky wheel tea house. What can old Baba Zena do for you? You have any rooms for rent? The Skyward Suite's yours for 5 coins. Oh, Jesus. Everywhere else is 2. If you don't mind sleeping there. Why wouldn't I want to sleep there? We don't call it the Skyward Suite for nothing, pet. Only the blessed magic of the Clockwork King keeps it off the ground. Some outsiders don't trust it. I'll take it. Stubs her cigarette and begins rolling another. Right, yo, pet. The room's upstairs, another end of a long metal gantry. The ones that's floating midair like. Okay. Aye. So this is the tavern, huh? What are you? The other patrons are giving this woman a wide berth, as if she carries a contagious disease. What are you staring at? Waiting to see if I grow an extra head? Is the tea here really that bad? Doubles over as a heavy cough. Almost. This stuff tastes like heaven after seeing what I've seen. What have you seen? Drinks deeply from her mug. Name's Doyle. I'm a royal cleanup worker. If you know, fighting the corruption. A hero of the kingdom, they call me. More medals than you've had hot dinners. What's my reward? Children hide or stare at me. Wherever I go, shopkeepers wipe down every surface I touch. And when I'm done here, landlady will bury my mug, so that I don't contaminate any other patrons. So what? Your friends dare you to talk to me? Come to stammer like some shite about how grateful you are for my service? Or are you just tired of being human? I'm not afraid, I was just curious. Not afraid of the corruption, huh? Well, take my advice. You should be. 2 more weeks of leave, and I'm back to the corrupted land. Damn king, but it's never enough. Is that all? No offense, but I might be dead soon. I don't want to spend my last hours with you. Now that is a line. I might be dead soon, and I don't want to spend my last hours with you. Ask some questions. Snorts. And I'd like a ride out here on magic carpet, so what? How would somebody get into there? Plunk and gazes at you. Are you taking the piss? Is that what you came to my table for? Think it's all a lark, do you? One big adventure? I don't know. I may need to get there, and I take your expertise very seriously. Yeah? Well, damn right. Officially, the corrupted lands are strictly forbidden. Unofficially, we couldn't give a boiling piss about stopping suicidal tourists. Most folks don't make it across the ravine, southeast of here. but I've seen old abandoned digging engine sitting lying around here. If you had a machinist insignia or a good head for tinkering, I reckon you could make it over your bridge. Of course, you could always sign up for a life of excitement with us. Now scram, would you? Or else I'll start wishing I was back in the corrupted lands already. Never mind. Is that all? No offense. That's kind of cool. Apparently the corruption is something that's quite significant. And after all this, I'm still looking for somebody around here. Did you hear the famine? Hallowshire, they say the Inquisition's sitting on a great stockpile of food, but hanging anyone who talks about it. Union moved over here. Typical gossip. Probably true. Is this the floating room? It is. Huh. Is our back patio? This is actually kind of nice. I'd sleep in a floating room, would you? Now that we're no longer fatigued. Oh, yeah? What are the criteria of a, I don't know. I mean, nothing in this city feels particularly, sturdy. So probably, you might feel some swaying. These summoning glitches have me at my wit's end. I've been the first one here every morning 2 weeks running. Even when it snows, and there's still no bread. What's the king playing at? Ed? I'd love to give the bastard who maintains these places a piece of my mind. What's the source of these glitches? Damn if I know. Guild says the saboteur is making trouble. Last week I tried asking for a baguette. In case it made a difference, no chance. I got some kind of flute. Made of actual jade. My neighbor says it's clarinet. Jade clarinet? Aye. To who? Listen, pal. Nobody around here is buying luxuries right now. It makes no difference if you have a clarinet player or a bloody privy cleaner. Food and fuel are what matters, and there ain't enough either. Try to make the best of it, but the guild catches you selling summoned goods, they'll flog you on the street. Okay, I hope your luck improves. I'll buy the clarinet from you. Very kind, but I've already sold it for pennies, making a nice toy for my mate's daughter, at least. Huh. So that's a machine where you just think at it and it produces something. Gotta get rocked to sleep? I mean, maybe. I don't think I've ever fell asleep on a boat. I've slept on a hammock before. Those are quite cozy. I wonder if it's similar to a waterbed. What's this tunnel? Ooh, found some gadgets. Little secret area. See an old beggar wrapped up in rags against the cold. Pal, excuse me, pal. Do you know where my house is? Sorry, did you just ask me where your house is? Beggar looks confused, like they didn't expect you to actually stop. Oh, I did. I'm sorry, brother. Fine citizen as yourself. Well, I can't seem to find it anywhere. Okay, you know... I'd make fun of this guy for losing his house, but I did buy a house where I didn't know where it was. So, you know, I can only sympathize with this man. Do you know where your house is? Looks abashed. King's truth, pal. I've no clue. I know I had one somewhere in the upper city. I just can't seem to recall any of the details. How do you know you had one, then? Delves into the rags around their neck and produces an ornate key on a string, holding it up on their blackened fingernails like a talisman. Because I've got this. Can you try it on some doors? Oh, I tried plenty. Turns out nobody likes you doing that without asking first. And if you do ask first, then nobody lets you. They all just thought I was mad. Now the militia know my face, so it's tough for me to leave the conduits. At least it's warmer down here, where the steam pipes are. Like a childhood doll. Gotta be around here somewhere. Where you get the key from? It's mine. I swear by the king. Hey, you know, I got a whole ring full of keys that don't go anywhere. Maybe I got like 10 houses. Okay, I've always had it. Had it in my pocket. And I remember, see? I remember my first night on the streets. It was like a nightmare. I knew I had a house. Only the night before. I didn't know shite about sleeping rough. I kept thinking, tomorrow I'll surely find it. Tomorrow this will be over. Well, it has been 2 years ago. Beggar clings to the key, like a childhood doll. I must be off. Okay, well, you know, I listened to him. He lost his house. Oh, what's that now, my dear? Let me find my looking glass. Why is your face so small? She just said I had a small face. She fishes out charms dangling around her neck and produces a large glass lens, which has the only disconcerting effect of magnifying your eye to an enormous size. Much better, yes. You see, my dear, I must read your lips, for my ears cannot hear your words. So she's blind and deaf? Jeez. Her one giant pupil dances back and forth like a fish in a bowl as she examines you. You seek alchemical aid, do you not? The eye of the worm, hair of the slug, and all that. I am Madame Lusco, and in the roiling mists of your future, I sense a most fruitful relationship for the both of us. My dear, alas, my dear. If only I could bottle a happier fate for you. Still, perhaps, there's something I can do. I like this person. Her diction is amazing. Let's see what you've been brewing. Is this stuff legal? Notice you're not in the upper seat. Must an art older than any kingdom answer to the transient diktats of mortals? Ah, who can say? But let us not talk of clauses and codicils, which so befuddle my own mind. Think instead of your future, and your heart. I sense a burning thirst for what I can supply, a great fear of chains and fetters. I also sense a complicated relation with our dearest king. Fell, oh, most fell are the omens for you, should you try and play with the goody two-shoes. Now, my dear, what more would you ask of me? Yeah, let's see what you're brewing. You've tickled me. You also have 0 shielding potions, and that's hilarious. Okay, I'm into it. Restocking my coffers. How do you feel about glorious treasures? Glad we had this talk. Yeah, think not about now or the goody two-shoes, but your future, and of you buying from me. The trader looks nervous and keeps an unprotective hand on their stall. King's blessings, citizen. Don't often see new faces down here. Or have we met before? Not so much in STOCK right now, but if you got a wee mouse to feed, maybe I can set something aside next time I do. What can you tell me about this place? You mean the conduit? Well, it's not posh. It's far from pretty, but it's warm and cheap and the militia don't bother us, so I suppose it makes it home. This wee bit here is what we call bizarre. Summoning stations down there, it's harder to invoke the king's magic. Some folks see that as a blessing, though. To the cogs, it seems to be out of sight, out of mind. Why do you keep spelling words out? A lot of folk think you can escape the king's notice by avoiding certain words, like BUI or COST. No idea if it works, but you can't hurt, so I don't SELL anything. I unpossess it. Don't get it twisted, mind. The machinists ain't against commerce or making money. You've seen all those fancy shops at the top, eh? It's just they hate anything they can't track and measure. That's how they stay in control. Anyhow, it is what it is. Okay, there's supposed to be a very flamboyantly dressed person around here. Let's break into the sewers. This was not the sewers. Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, is this really flamboyant? It's kind of got, like, you know, industrialist. Weapon? Weapon? Fuck are you? You glide kit we scrote? Oi, weapon! Why are you shouting weapon? Looking to buy a weapon, are you? Just going at you, unsure of your intentions. Weapon? Weapon's my pet. So called because he's a pure spanner, like. Weapon. Come here, you wee dauber. Your dog's name's Weapon? Certainly hope I don't meet said weapon. Oh. The locale around this area, the fence is gone. Let me go get Weapon. I'm gonna go take Weapon for a walk. Oh. So the people who stand around really do change during the different times of the day. That's kind of cool. It's like down here, there was somebody standing right here. Oh. Ask for his house key. Go on. I've lost my weapon, officer. Yeah, don't worry. I can draw a weapon. Show you what it looks like. It's got a killer coat. Squirming godlet. Ooh! He had one in a chest. Turns out those are the favor creatures. You step out to the other side of the mirror. For a moment, you think you're still in Ferropolis until you look up and see that the sky is gone. Instead of the Onaric Isles' familiar red neon star, there is only blackness, save for the swirling gyre of dim blue light staring down at you like a malevolent eye. A tenement drifts overhead, unmoored from the earth, tumbling slowly end over end. All around you, the city twists up impossibly into the air. Houses piled upon houses. Pipes and drains and gutters spread like tree branches as far as the eye can see. Look around. It's freezing here. Frost clutches under your feet, and every surface is hung with icicles. You see statues in naturalistic poses cluttering the street, but no people. From somewhere nearby, there's the sound of a discordant music. Hello? Apophria? Or Aphra? Anyone? There's no answer, save for the echo of your own voice. Examine one of the statues. Your stomach twists as you realize the statue was once a living person. Their mouth is open and their fists raised in the air, as if they were frozen solid in the midst of a screaming argument. As you explore, you find another frozen person lying tucked up in a bed in the middle of the street, wearing a nightcap with pom-pom at the end, and a family sitting around a dinner table, folks in cups suspended halfway to their mouths. You shiver. Why the hell did Aphra bring you here? For the music. Lost my weapon, officer. Time to kidnap statues. Yeah, well, this one, I think we just got sucked into, like, the dream of the king. What they wanted. They want kind of pristine, like, I don't know, fractal city spreading up into nothingness. The music verges on random noise. Every time you think you've figured out the structure, it changes and slips from your grasp. Sometimes it stops for several minutes, and all you can do is wait, shivering. In the deserted remains of the old plaza, you find a grand piano, its keys plinking and plunking on their own. No other living soul is visible. You shiver. Why the hell did Aphra bring you here? Ignore the scenery and search for a way out. Time seems to work differently here. You feel like you're wandering for hours, but it could be minutes. At some point, you realize you are now upside down in relation to where you started. A rowing boat with two petrified passengers spins in the air. Finally, leaning on the railings of a catwalk that goes nowhere, clad in well-worn full coat, you spot Aphra. She waves at you. Aphra's breath mists in the air. She gives you a wry smile. Well, fancy seeing you here. Okay, well, it'd be nice if we could, like, see any of this. I like the description, though. So this is what you wanted to show me. Yes, this is what the king has been doing. Everything you see here has vanished from our world by the king's magic. When they vanish, reality adjusts around them as if they were never there. There are hundreds of people here. Houses, streets, towns. It's silent massacre, and no one's allowed to think about. And it's speeding up. How is that possible? Years ago, before I joined the Machinists, we gave the king the power to alter people by magic. The idea was that a new society would need a new kind of citizen, with virtues and skills. Yeah, exactly. It's actually kind of related to what's happening here. Is basically it's everything the king coded out of reality. The idea is that the new society would need a new kind of citizen, with new virtues and skills. Before long, my colleagues began using the power to rewrite troublesome personalities, or even erase them from existence. I wish I had paid closer attention. It wasn't my department, you understand. But this is beyond anything we ever asked for. I've scoured the logs. Almost everything here is vanished by the king on his own initiative. In other words, we've lost control. Sounds like you got what you wished. Perhaps I should have asked more questions, raised more objections, but please, believe me, most of my colleagues were not evil people. No one wanted this. In fact, I found evidence of the last 12 missing machinists from my own department whom nobody remembers. Did any of them try to raise the alarm? Am I really the first to find this place? No wonder we always feel so understaffed. What do you mean it's speeding up? Do you know what exponential means? Suppose you have 2 sporamites, they breed. Then you have 4 sporamites, they breed. Then you have 8 sporamites, they breed. Oh shit. Indeed. Can we help these people? Bring back somehow? Anything that stays here for more than about 6.5 hours becomes irrevocably void-touched, and would disintegrate upon returning to our world. Best we can do is try to stop the inflow. How can this be stopped? It's up the corner of her mouth in a mirthless smile. I was hoping you'd ask that. We've lingered here long enough. If you're willing to help, step through the mirror and meet me back in Unison Park after nightfall. Let's get out of here. Alright, so this is cool. We're actually trying to save reality from a king that's trying to erase it. Now this is the kind of story I like. And it's kind of like got this interesting, like, cloak and dagger feel to it. If you think about it, it's like all of this technically isn't happening because reality is forcing people to forget about it. But we are fighting the thing that is not happening. Because for whatever reason, we know that it is. I don't know. I think it requires a little bit of mental gymnastics. Although, missed opportunity. I figure it's one of those situations where I'm pretty sure it would have... with the graphics that they have now, I don't think they could have properly portrayed it. And, you know, done it proper justice. Okay, I got a quest here in the underoos of the city, and I need to recall what it is. Vision trade. Has fallen. Vidal, the vision trader. Okay. Missing persons. Child's locket. Library and truths. Okay. Safe passage. What am I trying to find here, by the way? Chief Engineer, Ruai Academy. Jack result, Caxton Frost, skilled techno-archaeologist. Oh, okay. Trouble walking with a moth tattoo on his left buttock. I'm sorry, sir. How do you expect me to get into position of a man? Just to find out what his butt looks like? Excuse me, sir. Can you drop your trousers so I may see your tattoo? Like, I don't know. I feel like there's better introductions. Or do I just become the chronic pants puller downer? Not the butt off. So where's the, I'm gonna call it the Dream Theater because, well, that's a cool name. Penny for a song, friend. I know all the royal anthems and the God War battle hymns and old Cordovan lays and more besides. 5 coins a pop, no fair price. That's literally the cost of my room. Good day. Deflates the cake. Where am I? I mean, it's true. We don't know. They could be very well acquainted, if you catch my drift. I mean, maybe they're like old military buddies. You know. Some people you know long enough that it's like, yeah, I mean, I may have seen you without your pants at one point. Nothing weird about that. Word of the wise, pal. You once walked the board, forget everything you saw. Really, sure don't like asking questions about it. I'm trying to find the vision store. Sir, you're blue. They sniff the air. You've the stink of the countryside about you. If I'm any judge, it's a dangerous place. Well, citizen, you've come to the right place. Name's Jack Zimmer. I sell things that kill. I'm interested in buying weaponry. Large ledger on the counter. What do you need it for? I have to keep records, see? In case the whole king comes knocking. Murder, manslaughter, you know, crimes in general. I'm a guard for one of those big roaming workshops. Work on the land ships. You're braver than I am, citizen. If you ask me, the building should stay still. And watch out for saboteurs, huh? Now I need your name, occupation, place of residence. You've had some plausible fake details. Something tells you it would be unwise to tell the truth. Sniffs the air deeply. Ah, land ship guard. You ain't dead, so I guess I can sell you a duff weapon. What can I do for you? You ever see a former... Raise their eyebrows at you, then consult the ledger. Setting Sun Company, Clockwork Lancers. Did you say Dirk Star? No, I remember him. He's a Wainwright, not a sellsword. Sorry, if any Dark Star ever bought weapons here, they used a false identity. Hard to believe anyone would do something like that, I know. Maybe try Vidal, the Vision Trader. He fought the God War as a lad. So 2 people are sending me to this man. Rusty greatsword, huh? That looks like a 2-hander. Weightless gloves. Glove imbued with gravity-defying gem. That helps negate fatigue during combat. Most stamina is less severe. Holy crap, that sounds amazing. Well, yes, I will purchase that. Thank you. And good night. Yeah! Put that on my body. I'm sorry, I had to have had that equipped this entire time. Oh my god. I thought it was just automatically working. I'm like the worst thief ever. Or best, if you think about it, because the power was within me all along. So where's this vision place? I come knocking upon the Dream Theater. Hi. The shopkeeper has his note buried in a giant ledger. King's blessing, citizen. I'll be with you in a... He glances up and does a double take. Tick. God's teeth, a new customer. Seizes your hand and shakes it vigorously. Welcome, welcome to citizen. I'm Vidal, foremost fully licensed vision trader in the Ferropolis, and I dare say the Clockwork Kingdom. Vision trader? Exactly so, good citizen. Kingdom premieres to export famed across the sky realms. Please forgive me for not standing up. These legs haven't been the same since the God War. So, what's your fancy? A dream of flying, lightness and freedom on the wing, a reverie of the vanished past, or, for a daring soul, a nightmare so chilling your waking life will seem like a bliss? He is! And I actually think this is the guy that I need. Nice. But I'm here on behalf of the customer called Nadia. Nadia? Well, yes, she's a regular of mine. One of my best customers, actually. I haven't seen her in weeks. Is there anything the matter? It's not good. I'm afraid she's very sick. Vidal's face falls an expression of horror as you explain the situation. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I've, read about this happening. Of course, I've just never, nobody I know. Look, I don't know anything about this. I'm just a shopkeeper, you understand? You're well connected in the vision trade. You must know someone who can help. Seems to take strength from your words. Yes, you're right. Nadia's my customer, and I have a responsibility to her. Whoa. Okay, that's a thought. King knows I never wanted to do her any harm. Dr. Pripp, that man you want. He's a medical genius, in a way, quite the canny businessman. He invented much of the technology that sustains our trade. I know he's been studying dream sickness very closely. Earns Royal Vision Works out in Cloud Pine Oblast, in the far northeast of the kingdom. It's on its own little island beyond the mountains. I'm sure he'll have some treatment for Elixia. I think rather less chirpy than usual. Cool. Who else? How intriguing. Perhaps I can help. A mercenary? King's Grace? No. There was a fellow named Caxton Frost who ran off to join some band of sky pirates. That was the Dark Stars, I think. However, he met a sticky end when his leader made him walk the plank, as he apprehends a sales opportunity. Of course, if you're interested in sky battles and such like, we have plenty in stock. Quite a common fantasy. Let's see. Pelicans... Penis thieves? What? Pirates! Would you like to be one, fight one, romance one, be menaced by one, be menaced and romanced by one, attend a university with one, play chess with one, inexplicably find yourself naked with one, or something else? It's like, sorry, it took me a second to just figure out what the hell? Well, I'm pretty sure it sounds exactly what it is. It's a man with a very large collection. I guess it doesn't have to be a man. Yeah, he's just got bottles of these people's dreams. Romancing a pirate sounds interesting. Then you'll be pleased to know that we just got the latest Metcalf Inn. They're very popular. If you waited another day to ask me, they'd already be sold out. Why are they so popular? There's the best in the business. Exquisite imagination. All those little details you never think to imagine. It's like he's really been a buccaneer. Leans in conspiratorially, but would you like to know his secret? I've met the man. I can categorically tell you, Horace Metcalf is an ordinary human being like the rest of us. Just goes to show there's no limit on dreams, huh? Where would I find this ordinary human being? I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to divulge his address. Bottled visions can stir up powerful emotion, you understand? Some people get a little fixated on one supplier or another. Best for everyone, dreams stay dreams. I know precisely where he is. All I can say is he lives outside the city, and it's so it's far too dangerous for you to go searching for him. Do you have another question? Thanks. No way. Nothing is ever as it seems. Exactly. He says, listen and we do not judge. It's for everyone that dreams stay dreams. Look. A dream stays a dream unless you can bottle it and sell it. In which case it becomes somebody else's dream. Oh, wait. No, I want to buy a dream. What else we got? We got passionate, lurid fantasies. Wait, these lurid fantasies are subject to feverish debate. Alright. We got quizzical bottled fantasy, thrilling bottled visions. Let's get one of each. We're rolling in the dough. Force feed your dreams? No. See, Vox, you gotta think about it. You can profit on this. You can make a frickin' dream hookah bar. Dream waterboarding? Exactly. Exactly. You never know what you're gonna get. Let's take a look. Let's see what dreams are in store. Let's see. Let's go passionate, see what we got. Well, we got bittersweet. We got passionate. Which ones does anybody want to see? We got quizzical, thrilling. Is there a particular flavor that sounds most interesting? We're only going to do one. Scenes of moderate peril, frequent daredevilry, passionate. Okay. Red fantasy, subject of moral debate. Karl von Pripp. Scenes of mild anxiety and spires. All right, passionate it is. Let's see what we got. Hookah it up. Yeah. Well, thrilled, not thrilling. There's a difference. Yeah, that's a good point. Within a few minutes to emptying the bottle, you fall into a deep yet restless sleep. Heinrich is stalking you through the hedge maze. He keeps shouting obscenities about your friends so that you'll laugh and reveal your position. Eventually, he succeeds, and you drag him into the brambles to make the most mind-blowing love you've ever known. Well, that's it? You wake up, tingling, with the ghosts of whiskey on your lips. Well, okay, that was, I guess, as lurid as that was gonna get. Although, being chased around as he just kind of makes claims about my friends to make me laugh. Who is that? I have no idea. Turns out he was a whiskey lover. And a pirate. I think they pronounce it in such a way like I would know who they were. Like, you know, in a dream, how you kind of get the impression that you know these people. Okay, we gotta hit the inn. And sleep till nightfall. Crap, where is the inn? Blast! Okay. We're getting so many of these quests outside of, or trying to get outside. King's favor pet, welcome. I would like a room for rent. Take it. Hello, hello. Into our room floating in the freaking sky. Shame we can't get that room. That one sounds especially private. Got a badass balcony here. Although everything's made out of freaking stainless steel. That sounds like it would be super cool. But in the winter, it sounds absolutely brutal. Okay, we're going to Nightfall. Yes, actually, 5 gold. Seeing as the... Fucking excuse me? Who just opened the door? But yeah, seeing as the other inn only cost 2 gold. Now we gotta find the frickin' garden. I think it's up here. No! Well, I'm down here now. Man, 5 gold at night. I am not gonna miss this, person selling me the goods. Steal at robbing you blind. Exactly. Man, 5 gold is a steal. I mean, true. Normally they lock the door, which is kind of interesting. They didn't do it that time. There it is. Just needed a high vantage point. Hello. So yeah, if you didn't hear, Vox, the what's happening is this kingdom made a god. So it's the machine god. They're actually the god. They gave it the ability to rewrite personalities. So the god just kind of took that power and just started deleting portions of the world, trying to like turn everything into, you know, the void. Afra's mechanical arm gives you a fluid salutation. So, friend, now that you've seen the cost of the king's madness, will you help me? I'll compensate you, of course. Best a humble engineer can. Yeah, my attention. Oh, King's mercy, thank you. You cannot know how grateful I am that someone understands. We've been working on a spell. It would stop the vanishings and reform the king's power so that it can only alter people at their own request. With their consent. Just like we talked about, see? Unfortunately, my spell must be enacted inside the king's audience chamber. And these days, only Speaker Sunil and his inner circle are allowed in. Basically, it's the Machinist Guild, the guys who created the god. They wanted to give it a power to alter reality. And they did. They succeeded. Unfortunately, it kind of drove the king mad, or at least, outside of the understanding of the Machinists. They lost control of it, so reality is starting to become rewritten. And, most notably, deleted. Unfortunately, the spell must be enacted. Speaker Sunil and his inner circle are allowed in. They're also paranoid about the saboteur. But you, the king summoned you specifically. Do you realize how rare that is? His Majesty doesn't make mistakes, only decisions we don't understand yet, and His Majesty has decided you are important. If we can induce the king to summon you again, then Sunil would have to let you in. We'd never disobey a royal command. Then you can input my spell. Does that all make sense? Yeah. I mean, that is valid. I mean, but think about it. It's like one way to alter reality. What is the perfect, beautiful machine, presence, but other than just making a fractal city in some kind of frozen wasteland? Makes a ton of sense, a machine god. Yeah, exactly. Especially if he's thinking in terms of reality. I have questions about this plan of yours. Whatever is clouded, I shall strive to illuminate. What happens if I don't do your spell? Then I'll try to find another way, but I fear our clock is short. The king's giving us 1,000,000 warnings, and we're ignoring all of them. There may not be another chance before the situation becomes irretrievable. What does that mean? Irretrievable. The best case scenario is that Sunil is right and I am wrong. The king's madness will self-correct over time and everything will balance out. In the middling scenario, everyone in the kingdom vanishes and the entire island is consumed by corruption. As for the worst case scenario, according to my analysis, there is an outside chance we would suffer a catastrophic arcane event akin to the miniature world rent, and the fact that it would probably be limited to this island is cold comfort to those that live here. What else could I make lucid? Defragmenting reality? Yeah. So basically, it's the entire purpose there. She wants me to cast a spell that will make it think. It's like, okay, it will only alter things if requested. It's adding another line in the code, which is super cool. That's all I need. Gosh, I hope that all made sense. I think I'm the first person who's ever heard the whole thing out loud. Back to the task at hand. First, we must catch the king's attention. About a month ago, strange phenomena were reported in the graveyard, outside Feropolis. My analysis suggests these phenomenon are secret messages from His Majesty. Take this Machinist Guild insignia, investigate the graveyard. The graveyard keeper may be able to assist you. Use it carefully, friend. These insignia command great power throughout the kingdom. Now, I could be wrong, but I suspect the message will begin with music, like this. She hums a haunting tune, familiar with it, and ethereal all at once, like a lullaby from time's own beginning. You have a good voice, She looks genuinely pleased. How kind! Well, perhaps if this whole Machinist Guild doesn't pan out, I can make a living as a troubadour. So is the mission clear? Outside? If you leave via the main causeway, broken leg pylons running downhill to your left, follow them, come to the graveyard. Okay. I think I understand. Wish me luck. All the luck in the world. Oh, and friend, please don't breathe a word of this plan to anyone, especially Speaker Sunil. I shudder to think what he'd do if he found out. So I got a seal. I am now allowed in there. Well, that is definitely true. Because remember, in this world, the gods are very ungodly. They're mortal, for one thing. They can be killed. In this case, they can be created. Like the machine god, or the king, Clockwork King is basically he was created by the Machinist Guild. The speaker's a douche. I figure I will tell him after my success. But the good news is now we have missions outside the city, and the adventure continues. Exactly. Sell them out! Hello? There's something back here. Steady. Steady now. Yeah. And let you know. They shouldn't let me know you were told the plan. That's right. Because that's actually headcanon, is no matter what. Because we're in the streaming stage, every character we have has many voices in their head. And spends a lot of time talking to themselves. They can be influenced by these voices. Oh, it is a camera. I didn't realize it followed me. Sick. That's a cool detail. Yeah, this entire world is gently ticking. So that is where I gotta go to find the Dreamer. That's where I gotta go for the graveyard. Okay, let's do the Dreamer first. I mean, I'm sure reality will hold together for a little bit. I also really do like that you have to spend a lot of time actually making the map. Like, you can't just know where you are, right? Oh, hey. I didn't realize I'd hit it. It's also interesting that enemies can be far enough away that they don't actually know where the arrow's coming from. That amuses the hell out of me. So much time talking to themselves about extraneous, unrelated worlds often, and somehow accomplishes the end goal while muttering about world contextual complete absurdities. That's absolutely true. And just the fact that, you know, even these absurdities gain some strange insight into how to solve the problem. This game is absolutely about delusions in that way. But it's been consistent. I've been thinking about that project of having kind of like making all these Let's Plays kind of interconnected in a fictional kind of setting. It's, you know, one of my like 15 proposed projects, understand. That is not eluded me. But yeah, my initial thought is making the character, the silent protagonist, the NPC, is basically a character. And is, you know, the same character. Yeah, I've been trying to, like, merge the idea of kind of, like, somewhat archivist, somewhat adventurer. Maybe somebody in, like, maybe not indebted, but kind of, like, you know, in reverence to a place, I guess. Which I guess all sounds incredibly vague. But it makes sense in my head, damn it. I just need to learn how to articulate it. So, a lot of robots. That was fun. Whoa. Go for the backstab. Go for the backstab! Better backstab. There we go. I got the item Weightless Gloves, so that my stamina reduction does not impact the amount of damage I do very much. Hearing the thimpy thump of robot legs. This entire island is ticking! Clockwork Island indeed. Hi. The machine emits a buzz, then a distorted human voice. Go away, nobody's home. Nobody's home, who are you? Like I said, nobody here, nothing available. Get the picture?